the hell? This is going to be like her.
Is this about right? I don't know.
We're on, and the way we do things, the way I do things, I don't. Welcome to Comedy Road. It's not. Go ahead, keep looking it up, man. Yeah, it's very casual, very casual.
Yeah, we still want to know.
Yeah, well, we're looking at what Pasco means.
We have a great view of it. We don't know what it means.
Right. So, Comedy Road for you guys. This is the first time I have both comedians from the club, Jokers, in the Tri-Cities in Washington, Pasco, Richland, and Kennewick. And what I do is I don't edit this. I just slap on a 20-second intro that I have and then upload it, so that hopefully the people hopefully some people will see it if they're trying to decide whether to go to the show or not.
Oh, I like
it. On the same day.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can't do it Fridays because you guys are traveling on Fridays, so you never know when you can get you in. So we do it on Saturdays. So anyway, so again, keeping it spontaneous. I guess I'm explaining it to the 2 or 3 people watching. As I'm explaining it to you, this is. Jerry Seinfeld has his comedians and cars with coffee.
Yes.
There are so many comics. I call them the funniest people you've never heard of.
Yes.
Or may never have heard of.
Uh-huh.
And they're out there on the road, and they're just as funny as plenty of the people you see on Netflix and on TV. And I want to expose my audience to working comics that are out there grinding it, working clubs, doing theaters, doing a little bit of everything to make a living. Professional comics making a living. Mm-hmm. And they're funny as hell.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love it.
All right.
Thank you for doing that.
Sure. And you guys both qualify.
All right.
The first ever 2 of them.
Yeah, and this is the first time I'm doing 2. Yeah, so it's a little awkward for me.
It's like segregation. We're just breaking barriers here.
Right. So I got the highest chair because I'm the host.
The Letterman aspect, you got to be above.
Yeah,
us.
I got to be above you.
Yeah.
Actually, if I had 3 wicker chairs, I would have put them out. But I only have 2, so
if you had 3, I think you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, look at a guy has 3 wicker chairs.
It's like, oh yeah, this guy's pretending he has friends.
I mean, high and mighty with 3 wicker chairs.
Yeah. So we've got John Hilder.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, John Hilder, and you're from?
I live in Las Vegas, but from Utah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's kind of a culture shock.
It is,
from Utah
to say the
Las
least.
Vegas.
Yeah, that was the first place I lived that wasn't Utah. Was Las Vegas. So very weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing stand-up?
I've been
on the road.
On the road since 2009.
All right.
Yeah.
See, you're a veteran.
Yeah.
On my left, Manny Hernandez.
Welcome.
And Manny's been doing it a long time. I worked with Manny. I think it was about 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 2007.
2007.
I was on my first ex-wife. So that's how I go by. I go by ex-wives is what I go by.
I've got one ex-wife. I never got a second one. But how many do you have?
I got 2.
You got 2?
I went Mexican and white. Just to kind of get a flavor for both.
Yeah.
The third one will be just right.
Yeah, third one will be strawberry.
At least the Mexican one, I got coupons and discounts, so that was nice.
You go Neapolitan next time. Yeah, so I worked with Manny and in Laughlin, Nevada at the Edgewater, and we were there for 3 or 4 days, and we hung out with your first ex-wife, and we went to the buffet, and we played poker every night.
And we still do. We still play poker.
We still play poker.
We're still playing poker.
That's right. That's right.
The Atomic Bowl, which we'll be at tomorrow night at 7.
No, tonight.
7:30.
Tonight. Yep, 7:30, and this is March 11, 2023. So if you're watching this and it's still March 11 and it's before showtime, 7:30, come down to the show.
Yeah.
Because these guys are great.
It's a fun show.
And then play some poker after.
And play some poker afterwards. Yeah. I lost my ass last night. Manny did good.
I found that ass.
You
found that? You lost, yeah. I know where it is. It's right in his pocket.
It's in his back pocket. He has my ass in his back pocket.
Yes, he does.
What a motherfucker. Fucking Manny taking all my money. Where do you live?
I live in Phoenix.
You live in Phoenix.
I live in Phoenix.
Right. Is that thing
yeah, I think I
No, I used to have that problem. And that. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. All right. As long as you don't touch it.
I'm not gonna touch it.
That's what I told her. Yeah.
Just don't touch it. It'll stay.
So this is where, we're going back and forth, man. But just feel
you're doing well.
Just thank you.
It can't be easy to balance this.
Right.
Yeah.
Just speak. Yeah. So.
I know for a podcast and wickle chairs in a condo, this is great. This is going pretty good.
All right, good. Now we just got to get some views. We got to get some views. I think I have 84 subscribers, and this is. I took a long break. I started this when I lived in Idaho, and I would do Zoom talks, Zoom chat, and they were not as fun because
no one feels natural on a Zoom.
Right?
Like everything I did on Zoom during the pandemic, I absolutely hated.
Right.
Like I did one show, and I'm like, never again. This is the most depressing way to do comedy.
Yeah.
And like, just to even have a conversation with a person, it's really, really bizarre.
Right.
So.
Well, tell me about doing a Zoom, because I didn't do a single. People asked me to do Zoom shows, and I said no. I can't, if I don't get that feedback.
That's exactly what's the problem. There's no feedback.
Right.
I was like in front of a bookcase because I wanted to look smart.
Oh.
You see how like every celebrity is in front of books when they're doing their interviews.
I got my kitchen behind me.
What are we calling this? Comedians in the kitchen drinking Mountain Rush? You got your own little gimmick there.
True. That's comedians in the kitchen. I like that.
Comedians in the kitchen and drinking Shasta.
Yeah, talking about Joker's Comedy Club. Okay, so you did your Zoom.
I did my Zoom show, and it's just
tell us what that's like, man, because I've never done one.
I'm not the kind of guy who sits and rehearses in a mirror by myself, but that's what it felt like. Just talking to yourself,
right,
with no response. I don't think I even had like their pictures up on a screen. I couldn't see responses. I was talking into a void, and people seemed to enjoy it.
Could you hear the laughter?
No.
Oh, you couldn't. Oh, wow.
The whole crowd's muted.
You had it muted.
Yeah, because the crowd could heckle you or mess it up. The whole crowd had to be muted, basically.
It's
like you go to if you're performing and the crowd's literally not allowed to respond.
Oh my God! Could you see them laughing?
No. There were ways to do that where you could have them on your screen and like see it, but it was too distracting.
Wow.
So I just wanted to just talk. But like you're sitting there pausing for laughter.
Right.
Not knowing if it's there. Doing the count. 1, 2.
You do your best bit, and then
I think it's my best bit.
Well, whatever you think your best bit is, and then you're used to a certain amount of laughter. Yeah. And if it doesn't go over, you're just staring at the screen.
I wasn't sharp anyway because no one was getting on stage, so I hadn't been on stage in months, and then my first time back on stage is in front of a bookcase.
Right.
By myself. I didn't want my wife to be in the room. I made her leave. I was like, I don't even want an actual audience, like of someone who cares about me. I just need this to be as awkward as possible.
Yeah.
And it was.
And
never again. I got asked to do a bunch more, and I was just like, absolutely not.
No.
I'm like, this is not me. It's not for me.
But you got paid, right?
I got like $50, so totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Here I'm the guy that makes the announcements before the shows and Jokers.
And we're live.
To please silence your cell phones.
It's another comic that was just calling.
It was another comic just calling. It's probably and he's been promising me a gig, so I may have just blown a gig right there. No, he'll leave a message. If
my phone rings at the same
that was
I'm
Nick
going to pick it up and take the gig, just so you know.
I'm sorry.
If he calls, I'm going to pick up and take the gig, just so you know.
That's how it works. Skyving, I don't know how. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll just be a second. Don't worry.
It's brutally competitive in this business.
Very.
And that was Nick Tyson. So I'm doing shout. I'm 68 years old, but I do shout outs.
Nice.
I know that's
shout outs. I mean, that's
Shout out to Nick Tyson.
Nick.
Last time I saw him was Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, that's where he lives, man, and that's probably where he was calling from. So I'm gonna have to let him know that he's on this, whatever we're doing. Whatever we're doing.
You can't even define it.
Is this a podcast or a vlog? That's what I want to know.
I think it's all the same thing now.
Yeah. I don't know. These kids
Every
come up with
podcast
these
is
names.
filmed now.
Right? Yeah. So, it's like I'm watching a tennis match.
That's because you're a name that I heard when I started comedy. Like that, like it's a name that I heard from 2009. Like this is, and it's so weird that I just barely met you last year.
Well, because
we've been in the same regions, but probably because we were headlining in the same rooms and we can't headline at the same time.
That's what happens.
That's what happens a lot.
That's what happens, right? Because you have people that you open for, and then you have people open for you, and you get to know each other. And then you start headlining, and then there's only one headliner on the bill, so you don't see each other
Yeah, you
for
see
years.
their picture on the wall, like they'll be here next week, or they were here last week.
Right.
But you never actually. You feel like you meet them, but you never actually do.
Correct.
So many different people that I feel like I have a relationship with that I've never actually met, just seeing their faces on a wall.
Absolutely. I remember that. That's right. I remember that. Seeing that guy, that fucker works a lot, man. Everywhere I go, I see his picture.
I'm like, Tommy Lama never stops working. This
That's
guy
what we were doing last night.
Yeah.
We were in the green room and we were looking at the pictures. We were like, oh my gosh, look at who, like we were like, Mencia's been here. Oh my gosh, Mencia came through, and Tia Vidal. And we're like, wow.
Yeah. Every now and then, somebody pops in that's like got like a recognizable. I mean, I'm not saying you guys aren't recognizable, but you know what I mean. Somebody that's had like big specials and things like that.
How do those shows do?
They do well.
I was going to say,
yeah, they do well.
If the big name actually gets a little bit of a bigger turnout.
Well, yeah. I mean, we and you can expect a bigger crowd tonight.
Oh, I'm looking forward.
Saturdays have been just about packed now since after Christmas. January on through, Saturdays have been packed. Now, I'm not guaranteeing
it's not
it.
packed. I'm going to take it very personally.
Yeah, you should. You should.
It's not my fault.
You should take it personally.
They saw the picture, like, nah, he doesn't look funny.
Oh, they looked at my YouTube video and it's like,
we'll wait till next
fuck
week.
that. We're not going there tonight. But
I was looking for that YouTube video actually.
were you?
The boxing, yeah, I was looking for that one.
Oh, the box. You didn't find it?
I couldn't find it. I was trying to remember the website, and then I tried to put in your name, and then like your comedy videos came up, and then I was trying to look. But
Yeah, my name doesn't work. The Striking Viking is my boxing
The Striking
name.
Viking.
That's okay.
That's my boxing
That's why I
name.
thought it was the comedian versus
The
Viking.
the comedian is the guy I was fighting, which is ironic because he's. I do boxing. I don't know how much I've told you guys about that. I'm looking straight into the camera now, but I box and I've had 2 fights. I'm 0-2. I refuse to retire with a losing record, so I'm going to keep getting my head bashed in.
You need to fight a weak opponent. Apparently, you're fighting people who are too strong.
Exactly.
30-year-olds.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah.
You need to fight
yeah.
like someone much older and weaker than you.
This guy
Get
was
that win.
32 years old, and I lasted the 3 rounds.
That's
The
impressive.
distance.
Honestly, like it's the most exhausting thing. I've only sparred a little bit, and it's the most exhausting thing in the world.
You know, and Manny knows too.
I
You-
want to know.
Yeah, he's. We got the champ sitting right here.
Yeah, I was
All
in
right.
Florida and that happened. I was like at a bar.
You want a Florida fight?
I was in, yeah,
The smoker?
Yeah, this is before DeSantos and all that. But, yeah, I was in a bar in Florida, and this was like around like that same time, like 2007. And I was with a girl and her boyfriend, and another guy, and then it was they had a ring in the bar.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
And then you could sign up, and you could just fucking box people for boxing tabs.
Right.
So like I went ahead, I challenged a dude, and then I went 3 rounds. I won the decision. I was
Nice.
like, hell yeah, there you
Nice.
go.
Then
So then
you
I
got-
retired after that.
Oh, yeah, you gotta-
It's like me, Floyd Mayweather, and Rocky Marciano.
Yeah.
That's all.
Greatest of all time, undefeated.
Retired undefeated. Yeah. See, that's what I wanted. It's like here you are kicking my ass all over again. Kick my ass in poker, kick my ass in boxing.
I mean,
You're starting to piss me off.
Well, here's the thing. You got the reach on him. He's a little younger.
Yeah.
I think if you two fight, it might be a fair fight.
I have a decent jab, so but he'll probably get on the inside on me. But you both know what it's like. People don't understand how exhausting boxing is.
Oh man.
Because I used to run. I finished 3 marathons. I've done a bunch of half marathons, 10Ks.
Yeah, see, I won't do that.
I did 1 half marathon. I haven't run 50 feet since. So.
But
Yeah.
I mean, 3 rounds of sparring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Just on your
I've
feet
never
and
been
throwing
so
it.
exhausted in my life.
It is absolutely exhausting. Like
Yeah.
I had no clue how hard it was until I did a little bit. I'm like, never. I couldn't do this.
I've been a boxing fan since I was a kid, so I would watch Muhammad Ali and I would watch all the big championship fights and the Friday night fights on TV. You guys are too young to remember that probably when they had those.
I remember Friday night fights.
Do you really?
My dad was my grandpa was a boxer, so my dad.
Oh,
watched
okay.
it. Yeah.
Now you're comparing me to your grandpa. That's,
Well, no, my grandpa.
that makes me feel
my
much
grandpa
better.
won fights.
Oh, he
So-
won fights?
So I can't compare him to you because
I'll fight your fucking grandpa. Bring him on.
Well, he's dead, but you might have a chance.
Better.
You might
Even
have a
better.
chance.
Hey, he
Yeah.
wants to
He
win.
still might
There
get a
you
few
go.
shots
That's
on you.
Yeah. I do a joke about fighting a dead guy, so, but no disrespect.
No,
here.
of course not.
Yeah.
But yeah, Friday night fights, man. I was all about that.
Yeah, so and they would go 15 rounds. They go 10, 12, or 15 rounds back in those days. They don't do 15 rounders anymore.
Oh no, it would kill people. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, And then
before then they didn't even have any.
They would bare knuckle like 50 rounds until someone died.
Yeah, well, before that, they would go like 80 rounds, 100 rounds. Yeah. But in the modern era, 15 rounds, and then I watched the Olympics when I was a kid, and 3 rounds. I'm like, oh, those pussies! What do you mean 3 rounds? Who can't
points?
And they're wearing hats.
Yeah,
like these guys are pussies, man. They're wearing helmets and they're going 3 rounds.
Yeah, what's 3 rounds? That's nothing, man. But until I started sparring, started with 1 round. It's like, okay, you want to go another round? No, that's all right. I'm gonna take a little break. Work my way up to 3 rounds.
You have to.
It's exhausting if you're not getting your ass kicked. Even if you're winning, it's exhausting.
Right.
Like it's crazy.
Right. Or just blocking.
Yeah.
Just moving and blocking.
Yeah.
Because
it's a different world.
Using every part of your body from your bottom of your feet to the top of your head.
I remember watching Rocky 4 with my dad and him just getting so pissed. Like, this is not boxing. This is a real match. They would have stopped this fight after the 3rd haymaker that no one blocked.
Right.
Did you ever see that 30 for 30 with Rocky?
Oh, that's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. It's so fucking fun. Like Rocky
so serious.
solving the Cold War with his speech at the end of Rocky 4. He stops the Cold War. They couldn't believe that Soviets were standing and cheering for this American.
Never spoke well. Gives the most amazing speech.
Like, never seen so many power punches landed in one fight.
Sometimes the punches were so good they wouldn't even land, and they would fall.
Yeah. Rocky 3. I actually have a story about it. I don't know if I should tell it, but I have a story. I met Mr. T when he was working out for.
I think you have to tell that story
for Rocky 3. I was driving cab in Hollywood. This is a long time. Well, a long time ago. Rocky 3 was a long time ago. So I was driving cab for a living and living in Hollywood, studying acting, doing a little stand up.
That's got to be awesome.
The whole thing.
Doing a cab in the '80s in Hollywood.
Yeah. And this guy comes out with this mean, tough-looking guy comes out with a mohawk, and he's got a robe on. All he's got is a robe coming out of the Holiday Inn, and he's got a drink in his hand, and I'm going, oh, shit, I hope he doesn't get in my cab. He gets into my cab. He wants me to go to South Central. I don't know if you know L.A. But yeah, South Central.
It's a little notorious area.
Yeah. So, okay. And we start talking, man, and the guy is personable, and we just have the greatest talk. It's like a 30-minute ride.
Yeah.
And we're just talking. And I remember we pulled up at a stoplight, and the guy and this gal and this chick looked over, and she was just like, you could tell she was just like, whoa, like that, And he was new to L.A., and he was telling me, I see all these big mansions in Beverly Hills, and nobody's outside, man. Nobody's out front. If I had one of those, I'd be sitting on the front porch, drinking iced tea, saying hi to people.
He's like a real humble guy, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Drinking iced tea.
Yeah. He was real. Yeah, it was a real sweet.
Mr. T drinking iced tea. I just thought about that. I love it.
Yeah. Right. So I always wanted to meet him again so I could ask him because he told me I'm training for Rocky 3. I just got cast as the bad guy, blah, blah, blah. And that's where I'm going right now. I'm going to the gym. And so he wasn't known at that time. So I always wanted to meet, never did, always wanted to meet him after he made it.
Yeah.
And ask him if he sat on the front porch there in Beverly Hills drinking iced tea, waving at people, if he ever
I hope he lived that dream. Probably did it one time, then realized that people are savages and just
probably got
wanted too much from him.
Right.
The food, he's Texas.
Right. So anyway, that's my Mr.
I've heard he's a great guy. I love it.
Yeah. That's my Mr. T story. And then the other thing I heard about Rocky 3 was that they brought in Joe Frazier first.
To be the Mr. T?
Yeah. To be
the villain?
And, or at least to train with Stallone.
Yeah.
And they had to let him go because even when he was holding back, he would cut Stallone. I mean, a real fighter, knows how to move, and it's, and they're just built. They spent their whole life building the right muscles,
they punch with their whole body.
They punch with their whole body, exactly. So anyway, they had to let him go because Stallone was getting too hurt, just training.
I thought he was a tough guy. That really
right.
kills the illusion.
Yeah. It's a movie.
I thought he could kick his ass, man.
Yeah.
I thought he really could beat up a gigantic Russian.
who by the way was Swedish.
What?
Dolph Lundgren, right, yeah. Dolph Lundgren, Swedish, yeah, and I'm Swedish, so it's something I should know.
Yeah, he's like a genius too.
Yeah,
he's like, oh yeah, he's like he worked in nuclear science. Like he's
really?
like super.
It's a good thing none of those punches landed.
Yeah, no kidding.
I love that. You ever heard that Dolph Lundgren story where like people broke into his house, and like his daughter and his wife was home. And these guys broke into the house, and they're like, "You need to get out of here. Do you know who my daddy is?" And they're like, "Who?" And it's Dolph. They said, "My dad's Dolph Lundgren." And there's a picture, and the fucking guys like left the house.
That's funny.
I was like, "That's awesome."
They're picking the wrong house.
I wonder how good of a fighter he really is.
This makes me want to put up pictures of Dolph Lundgren in my house.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't get robbed.
Well, it's fun. In Phoenix, we have there's a wrestler. His name is Daniel Bryan.
And,
yeah, and Daniel Bryan, and something that happened to him. Someone broke into his house in Phoenix, and he actually had to fight the burglar and wrestle the burglar, and they had to call the cops, and he actually had the burglar in like one of his moves and shit in the living room.
You feel fake now, you piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know, man. You never want to start a fight, man.
Or break into people's houses.
Or break into people's houses.
We don't condone that.
Yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Definitely not.
You never know who it is you're messing with. So what are you guys doing next? And I'm sorry, but I'm keeping this kind of short because it takes forever to upload it.
No worries.
To YouTube, so that it'll get up there before the show. Where are you going?
Back to Vegas, doing an autism benefit at the Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood on April 1st.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Looking forward to that one.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you, man?
I'm going to take this is like the end of an 8-week run for me. So
okay.
I'm gonna hang out with my kids because I got my kids. My kids' birthdays are coming up.
Nice.
Santos
How many
and
kids?
Lily. I got 3.
Okay.
And so Santos and Lily's birthday that I know about. Yeah.
I was gonna do the stupid old joke that you know about. I stopped myself.
It's happened. I'm not surprised. I'm gonna wait in a few years. I'm gonna get that knock on the door.
There's no way I'm not getting hit up for the money if I have a kid out there. Like I would know about it because I'd be getting the child support.
Yeah.
I'd be getting the demand for that for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a couple weeks off, and then I'm gonna be doing. I'll be at JP's Comedy Club, which is kind of like my home club in Phoenix.
Okay, cool.
So I'll be at JP's, the first week of April, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Okay.
Then Prescott, Arizona. I'm gonna be doing the Federal Theater in downtown Prescott.
Okay.
So that's the 21st of April.
Okay.
And those are like my April shows, and then I'm back on the road in May.
Nice.
Okay.
And so yeah.
I'll be in Walla Walla next Thursday, the 16th, March 16th, at the Marriott. Just in case somebody local is watching here.
Very nice.
Yep.
Walla Walla.
So great they named it twice.
Reminds me of the Wawa in Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
The Wawa.
Delicious sandwiches.
All right. I want to thank you guys. I'm sorry we can't do it.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I got a website.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Manny Hernandez Comedy is .com is the website, and that's also the Instagram, Manny Hernandez Comedy, and I put like clips up there.
Check it out. Manny's hilarious, man. I laughed my ass off last night until we started playing poker.
We got one more night tonight. We'll see what happens.
John's hilarious. I mean, the whitest guy you'll ever want to meet.
Pretty much, yeah. That sounds about right. I need to get that on a T-shirt. Yeah.
I love your bit about. Well, I shouldn't give away your.
Come see it tonight.
Yeah,
come
see it. I don't want to give it away,
come
man.
pay for it.
All right, yeah, that's right. It's only $10.
Yeah.
Jokers, $10.
It's worth it.
$7.30.
Three very good comics. It's worth it.
All right. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Oh shit! I should have said this at the beginning. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe and like because it helps build the channel, and that way, we're gonna have a big comedy scene here in the Tri-Cities and all over the world. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much.